Okay, we're going to start working on rebuilding the forks. I'm in Alabama today at my buddy's house as we did another project. So here's our workbench, all kind of in a mess, but we'll get straightened up here. We're going to start taking this fork apart. All right, we're going to start taking this fork apart today. 7/8 on top of the cap. Turns really easy. There's really no torque on it when we went to take it off. Here, just keep your hand on it. You kind of feel it come up and pop, but should be about there. So you have a cap, washer, have your tray lined out so you can put it out there. Spacer, make sure we get that clean when you do it.
You might mention about the fluid, Tony.
Yeah.
You're already done.
Yeah. There's a spring down in there. You can turn the fork over to get it out. So we kind of turn this over, dump any fluid out. I can get the spring. Washer goes on top of the spring. So, or underneath the spacer on top of the spring. The spring comes out. Progressive side down. Shock boot thing comes out pretty easy. Boot comes out. If your boot's hard, it comes off hard. If they're soft, they come off really easy. Save your spring there. Oh, and there we got more gunk out of it after we moved it. Okay. Screwdriver. Take a screwdriver, pull your dust seal up. It's part of the junk. Take a pick to the end of your spring here. Just take it around, pops out, put it out here so you know where it's at. Okay, take this and there's the bottom. You have a piece in here that the bottom of your forks go to. I guess I'll set this up here. There's your piston. You should have a small spring goes underneath of it. You got your, after your seal comes off, you have your outer bushing and a washer that goes in between them. And you got your lower bushing here. We're not replacing that on ours, but we are going to take it off and clean it. We'll put the two back in the vise. And I'm gonna grab some shop towels here. May mess on the floor, didn't I, Fred? When that,
It's all good.
Let that thing drain for a while. We did drain this fork. It has a 8mm plug right there on the bottom that it comes out. And as I tried dumping my fork out to get this piece out, here it came. That goes in here first, and it connects to the bottom of your piston that's inside the upper housing. So just kind of remember to do that. Wish we had lights so you could see how gunky that is inside there. There you go.
Perfect.
So that's clean. It's really dirty. There's your thing where your spring has to go in, so you have to get your seal down around here when you go to put it back together. And then we're going to work on next cleaning the piston out. Nice and clean. If you're doing a full rebuild, this bike doesn't have that many miles on it. That's the reason we're not doing a full rebuild. But you have to do that. It's got a little slit right there in your washer. You just pull it apart and it snaps right on and off. Right there if you see it. If you're doing a full rebuild, if you got 20,000 miles on your bike. Okay, put this back here. Okay, I kind of set my items differently. So like, I know I cleaned that, so I set it upright, so laid it down, that you can tell everything's there. Okay, now we're gonna clean the lower tube, which it always has a bunch of gunk in the bottom. I don't know if you can see that, kind of hard. Oh. Hold still is a challenge for me.
There it is.
There it is, nice and clean on the inside. So we're gonna put her back in here really quick. Okay. Gonna just take it, twist it, pop it up. And it slides off really nice and easy. Okay, so if you see any heavy brass scarring on here, these usually need to be replaced. This doesn't have it on either side, so we elected not to replace it. On that, need to put her. Always have a little fork oil in the container. Drop your bushings in there. Of course, since we're using a Royal Enfield here, we can only get their parts. So we have the upper here.
So no aftermarket parts available for
no aftermarket parts. So that's our new seal. Our dust seal. So them go right there in line. And then our new bushing we need to drop in there as well. Drop the new big one in there. Just let them soak. We got this clean. It just pops on there. It don't hurt to use any oil on your hand on the fork tube there. Okay. So next we work with our piston. We go in up here, so we'll kind of we clean that up, put that on. What we're going to do now is we're going to poured it on there. Put the upper bushing on. Put this piece on. Take this oil you just spilled everywhere. That's how the pros do it.
What's that tool called?
This is called a bullet tip.
Bullet tip.
That puts that on.
And how much do those cost for the set?
Probably about $30 for a complete set from ProMotion here. You should have them. Help seals go on without tearing them. Okay, the spring and riding side up when you're putting these together. Okay, now we got this. You can put your seal on one side. You don't need it right now, per se. But have your lower bushing here. And you start with your piston, oil it, put your rebound spring, that's your rebound spring. The piston goes lower, any oil in there, hit in. Your spring goes in next. This side down, closeness together. There. Okay. Okay, your spring goes in. Then you got this tip. That's your lower valving spacer here. It goes in.
That spring again, the end of it.
What's that?
The end of it where it's closer together on the spring.
Oh, the progressive spring rate?
Progressive spring rate.
Yeah, it's progressive spring rate. What he's talking about is it's smaller down here and goes. That's what gives you a nice smooth ride and it gets really tight at the top. All right, so we got our thing down here. Get a little oil we just filled here. Put on it. Got here. Upper shaft, lower shaft. Then we're gonna go in here. Put a little oil around here where our seal goes in. As we found out we did one before we did this, just as a run through so we can make this video a little shorter instead of going through the 100 mistakes we went through yesterday doing it. Okay, it slides on. Push your spring back, you feel it hit. You have your drain plug. And I don't know what else to call it but a drain plug. Copper washer goes in the bottom, hold your spring. Yeah. I don't know why the machine won't start, but you can start it by hand.
Oh, you're going backward.
Oh yeah,
That did it.
yeah. There we go, in good and tight. Your fork is now together. Make sure your bushing goes down there. So our bushing's in there, nice and tight. Go down here with our seal. Got oil around it. Seal driver kit.
That I got on Amazon for about $20.
$20. Okay. It said this is a 41 millimeter fork. But what happens is, if you use a 41, it hits right down on top of that spring. So I'm using a 42. One thing we've learned with these is there's a washer down inside in your outer bushing. You got to make sure that's all flush down there before you can drive your seal in. Then your seal, 2 hits. You see the groove in there. That's all it should take. Clip goes in. I always start one side, go around and around. All right. Make sure it pushes, locks into place. There you go. Loud click on that one. Okay, seal goes in. Dead blow hammer so you ain't marking up anything. All right. So there's that. Get your rag, clean everything off before we get to the really messy stuff. Guys, I think I'm going to take these reflectors off. I don't like them on there after I've seen them. Almost looks like a new fork. Okay, we're going to extend them out. Put it into the vise. Spring in. We're going to start with oil. Okay. There's a lot of stuff on oil. How deep you want to go. 140 to 150 depth in millimeters from the top of the tube. Okay. Only use the best right there. That's the. Before we do any more, do a little lift and suck. Get water into them pistons. All right, we're by valve. I heard it gurgle. It's very slow. Let all the oil on that spring. Sounds good. When you're hearing it suck. Okay, so there's no longer a sucking sound. We're 140 millimeters away from happiness.
And what does the 140 millimeter represent?
Fluid from the top of the fork shaft. Okay, measured out. It's kind of hard to see, but there's writing right there.
Showing this little tool.
Yeah.
It's a really cool tool. It's got all the measurements on there. You look at it close, you can see the numbers written on there. So you simply dial it in to put that plate at the desired height that you want.
Correct, right down there. Now, some people think it goes a certain way. Well, you can keep that. This is done off vacuum. We have no idea if we've got enough in there. All you do is pull on this. See how easy it comes back? Means you don't have enough yet. So you just pull it off, set aside. Doesn't take much. When you hit it, you hit it. All right. Still not there. Well, we're at the top of the spring now. So we know that's horn enough because this hits the top of the spring. Okay. Yep. As you see, it's coming in. Just keep pulling till you start sucking air. Must have just missed it. There you go. The air.
How much that tool cost, Tony?
I think these tools are about retail about $70 maybe.
That's what it is, a Motion Pro Fork oil level tool.
Yep. And all these tools were bought at a WPS dealer. I know they came from WPS, Western Power Sports. I do have an association with Fly Racing and Western Power Sports. I will acknowledge that, but you can get them other places. They're available on Amazon as well. You can also get other brands. I think Tusk makes this type of fork here as well. Okay, we're on the home run thing. Spacer in. Oh, no, not spacer in. Washer in. Then spacer. And then, where's my flat thing? The flat tube goes. Okay. So she's loaded with oil. That was the problem. See this drop down? My washer's turned a little sideways. You have a problem? Check that.
There it went in there.
Do not force these, guys. It has an aluminum cap and it will strip fairly easy. And we're just about done. This does not go tight, just a little bit past hand tight. Fred getting mad because I'm gonna have to buy you a whole thing of
Oh, yeah, bro.
towels.
So tell them what your plan is as far as when you get it home and you put it on the bike, you're going to take it out and ride it. And what are you feeling for, checking for, and what will you do?
Well, you check a lot. Number one, balance on it. Like I did this. We found a valving problem in the other one. You put it on the bench, and you should have easily go through that progression of about 2-3 inches of your shock. You can tell how far. See how I cleaned it? You can kind of see that right there. That just shows you when you go get on your bike, it's going. Won't work any better till you got a lot more weight on it. Me pushing down on it's maybe putting 45-50 psi on it. You know, 45-50 pounds. For your bike's going to equally distribute about 200 pounds on it. So put up here. That logo goes in line with your reflector. Here it snap on. That snaps on. Your clip goes on. Spreads apart. Always have it kind of out to the outside. There. Voila. Brake side's done. And even through this whole process, probably takes 45 minutes having all the right tools at your disposal. There's our completed set of forks. Done out of state this weekend while we're working on another project. Now it's cleanup time. And probably time for a Budweiser, right?
Yeah.